Hello students, it's Nazia Begum here welcoming you all in today's lecture. So today in our lecture we are going to discuss application of Gauss's law or theorem. So in our previous lecture we have studied about Gauss's theorem. According to this theorem, the total electric flux passing through a closed surface is equal to the 1 upon epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by the surface. Okay, now by using that theorem we are going to derive electric field at some points. Okay, so before deriving that we first have to know what is Gaussian surface. Okay, so first let me tell you the fundamental principle of Gaussian surface. So fundamental principle of a Gaussian surface is symmetry. Okay, so symmetry you all know that at every side it should be equal. But what should be equal? Electric field E and the angle between electric field and area, which is theta, that should be symmetrical. So any surface which is closed and in that surface there is symmetry of electric field and the angle between electric field and area, that surface can be considered as Gaussian surface. Okay, or we can simply say a closed surface from which electric flux is penetrating can be considered as Gaussian surface, and in that surface there is symmetry of E and theta. So about Gaussian surface everything is clear. Now let's move to derivation of electric field by using Gauss's theorem. So our first derivation is electric field due to a field of point charge. So students, we all already know that due to a point charge, what is the electric field? Okay, that we all know already. But today we are going to derive that electric field by using Gauss's theorem. Okay, so here you can see one point charge Q is there. Okay, at a distance r from this charge one point P is there. We have to find out the electric field at point P due to a point charge Q. Okay, so first of all what we have to assume? We have to assume one Gaussian surface, and as we know that Gaussian surface is having symmetry. So when we will consider the Gaussian surface, we will consider it in such a manner that at every point in this surface the distance r is symmetric. So we can simply say that we will take a radius r and draw one sphere. Okay, so this sphere will be a Gaussian surface in which there is symmetry of r. Then second thing, symmetry of E and theta. So students, here we all know this is the direction of electric field E. Okay, at this point this is the direction of electric field E going outward. At this point this is the direction of electric field E. So at every point electric field E is going in outward direction. So there is symmetry of direction of electric field, and also the direction of A is in the direction of E. Here at this point also. Okay, at every point electric field E and area A, they both are in same direction. That means the angle theta between A and E is how much? It is 0 degree. At every point same angle is there between E and A. So here the symmetry of E and theta is proved. Okay, E is going outward in all the points in this Gaussian surface, and also theta is 0, the angle between area and electric field is 0 at each point in this Gaussian surface. Okay. So here consider a sphere. At the center of this particle charge is located. So this is one sphere and at the center of it one charge particle or particle charge is located. Then E and A at every point have angle 0. Okay. After that, so what will be the total integration? What will be the integration of E into ds here? So dot product is there, vector, two vectors are there, dot product of two vector, that means E ds cos theta. E is constant here, cos theta, theta's value is also constant, so they both will come out. We will integrate what? Ds. And when we will integrate ds, it means we are integrating the surface, and the surface area of circle is 4 pi r square and value of cos 0 is 1. So circle integration of E into ds, we get E into 4 pi r square. Take it equation number 1. The amount of charge inside the sphere is q. Okay, the total amount of charge inside this sphere is q. Now if the total charge enclosed by this surface is q, then according to Gauss's theorem, circle integration of E into ds, that is the total flux passing through this Gaussian surface, is equals to q upon epsilon naught. Okay, according to Gauss's theorem, E into ds should be equal to 1 upon epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by the surface, and here the total charge is q, so this value we will get. E circle integration of E into ds equals to q upon epsilon naught. Give it equation number 2. From equation 1 and 2 we see both are the values of circle integration of E into ds. Okay. One more thing students, that here arrow sign will be there because they both are vector quantities. So circle integration of E into ds equals to q upon epsilon naught from equation 1 and 2. When we equate 1 and 2, E into 4 pi r square equals to q upon epsilon naught. When we transfer this value this side and rearrange it and write in proper manner, we get E equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square. So this is the electric field which we have derived by using the Coulomb's law as well. Okay, so here you can see by applying Gauss's theorem we can find out the electric field because of any point charge, which is same as we have derived by using Coulomb's law. Okay, so this is the first application of Gauss's theorem. Like this, many applications we are going to study, but before that let me tell you all that Gauss's theorem, this one is very important, so you all by heart this. Okay, this value, circle integration of E into ds equals to q upon epsilon naught, this value you have to remember. Okay, and then in 4 steps we can find out the electric field due to charges. For that 4 steps are there. Okay, in first step we have assumed one Gaussian surface. In second step we have find out the value of E into ds. In third step, according to charge we put Gauss's theorem, and then in fourth step we equate equation 1 and 2. Okay, so when we equate them and rearrange them, we will get the electric field. In next lectures also we are going to derive the electric field by following these 4 steps. So that steps and the Gauss's theorem both you have to remember. So this is it for today's lecture. Goodbye, take care and do some productive work.